All right, you guys. He posted a picture of Maduro captured. Jesus Christ. Okay. So unfortunately, the computer isn't working. So I'm just gonna talk to you all on here for a bit. Hello, Victoria. Hello, Matt Guy. I will go eventually, and then I guess get a new computer. Yeah, this is not on my bingo card either, Angli. I mean, it kind of was. We kind of knew it would be coming at some point. He was doing everything he could to prepare for war with Venezuela. So, but what I'm going to be doing is while we are at least while we're chatting here on my phone, I'm going to let's see. Can I set it up so that I can take a look at what's going on in the news at least while we're chatting here? I'll move this stuff. All right. So we'll do it live, folks. We'll do it live. And of course, you know, as soon as all this stuff starts happening, that's when my computer goes belly up. All right. So let's take a look here. Yep, totally repeated history, Forrest. Alvin, unfortunately, my computer stopped working. It just stopped working midstream last night. I woke up, and now the screen says, it says something like, no. What does it say? It's not working, and I tried multiple things to get it to work, and it just stopped. So I'm gonna try and get either a new computer or get it fixed. Can you guys hear me at least? Can you at least hear me? Which would be very nice if you all could at least hear me. Oops. Okay. Now I do know. Just making sure I can at least put this up. There you go. Yep. No bootable devices. It said. Excellent. Excellent. So, so what we're gonna do. I'm gonna just take a look here on the computer because I can use this other computer, it just won't let me stream. I know we have it's a really nice mic on the phone. Yeah, no bootable devices. Yep, Alvin. No bootable devices. And then so I opened up the computer and tried to see if the hard drive was just disconnected. It isn't. So I don't know what the hell is going on. And it stopped midstream. And just stopped working. So, oh my God. Okay, so here's the image we have of Maduro. We all see this? That's Jesus. Well, complete. That's good. That's good for all of us. It might be, Alvin. Yeah, so that is the image that they just posted about Maduro. Trump apparently has said his plan for what he's going to be doing. All right. So at London, the phone is in portrait mode, by the way, so turning the phone doesn't change the angle. I got you. Okay. That's fair. Actually, I can unlock it. I'm just not doing it this way. So Trump says we're going to run Venezuela. That's good. That sounds good. I love that for us. I see zero problem with that. You know, I'm sure that hasn't that worked historically for us, folks. Hasn't that worked historically for us when we've tried to quote unquote run another country? Hasn't that worked for the world historically? So, all right, here's Trump. I want to see if I can get it so that we can at least do somewhat of a stream here. We're not going to be able to do a long stream, but because I need to get my computer fixed, but all right.
We can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition.
So this is what he said here. Oh, God, a safe, okay. So this is what he said.
To run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious
London.
transition. So we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in, and we have the same situation that we had for the last.
Look at all these cords.
So we are going to run the country until.
Oh, good. Yay, guys. Yay. So happy.
And it has to be judicious.
That'll work out great, I'm sure.
We want peace, liberty, and justice for the great people of Venezuela.
Okay, cue the laugh track, folks. Cue the goddamn laugh track.
And want to go back to their country. It's their homeland. can't take a chance that somebody else takes over Venezuela that doesn't have the good of the Venezuelan people.
Not enough, Sir Bartholomew, apparently.
Decades of that. We're not going to let that happen. We're there now, and what people don't understand, but they understand as I say this, we're there now, but we're going to stay until such time as the proper transition can take place.
Yes, Big Braden, there is.
Until such time as we're going to run it, essentially, until such time as a proper transition.
That's fair, Meowsword. A proper transition. Okay, good. So, again, folks, Trump, we have kidnapped Maduro. And if I were, by the way, has anybody ever said they're going to run another country? I mean, I wonder, Alvin. I feel like there's been a few times, mainly the U.S., that's done it. Anyway, so, by the way, so doing a decapitation like this, totally, Denizen, capital wins as always, right? We gotta take those resources, gotta seize the oil and the rare earth minerals that are within Venezuela. Anyway, so when you do a decapitation like this, where you remove a leader, I know this might be shocking to people, but there is still an infrastructure in the country of a bureaucracy that is still in place, which means that you may cut off the head of the snake. Of course, I don't view it as a snake. You see, I'm using this as a metaphor. But there's still going to be a structure there that can resist. Now, it might not function fully correctly well. It might splinter. I think the most possible thing here is I think we might end up like with at least some level of civil war going on. If the military of Venezuela does not accept this, which I don't know why they would, this might result in them attempting to regain control of the country, which might result in a guerrilla war or something else. The Venezuelan military is extremely well trained for guerrilla tactics. That's what they have focused on. They have trained very extensively for guerrilla tactics and extended occupations and low-intensity conflict, it's called. Okay? Oh, right, Mad Sci Guy. America, the beacon in democracy. Yeah, oh, Victoria, I wish. Okay. Yeah, bro moment. Isn't that great? What will happen to the civilians? Good God knows. Now, admittedly, the media is tripping over itself talking about how there's celebrations going on in Venezuela, or that there are people celebrating the fall of Maduro, whatever it may be. You know, people celebrated the fall of Saddam Hussein. People celebrated the fall of Assad. What happened to the country after that? So, you know, it doesn't really... I know there are people in Venezuela who don't like Maduro. That doesn't mean it's good for the country or good for the people in the country that he has been kidnapped. Right? I'm trying to see what else we got here, folks. Alvin, I don't think they're going to kill him. Maybe I'm overly hopeful in that, Alvin, but now that he's on U.S. soil, it would be hard to just execute him. I suspect, we'll see what happens, but, maybe. That doesn't make it better. Of course, he might unalive himself like what happened to Epstein, if you know what I mean. I don't know. Yep. Alan, there have also been people mobilizing. The military saying it's going to mobilize. RLBIVN, you say next Colombia. Well, that's cute. If you're saying that we should attack Colombia next, first of all, I recommend you know how to spell the name of the country, Colombia, before you call for us to attack it. Seems kind of stupid. If you're going to say next Colombia, but you can't even spell the word Colombia, that's very American. That's a very American thing to do. It's actually kind of hilarious that you would be like, next Colombia, and then spell it Columbi. Okay. RLBIVN, forgive me. I'm angry, RLBIVN. You're not saying You're not saying we should attack Colombia. Forgive me. Okay? All right. So you know what? Let's watch the presser then. You know what? Might as well. Obviously, because my computer's not working, I'm going to we'll just watch it here. The presser, the Trump presser, the Trump cluster F. Let's see here. Because I suspect he's going to do a lot of bloviating and not like bullshit. So, but we'll see what he says. We'll just watch it while we're doing this.
What America achieved yesterday, or frankly, in just a short period of time.
I got you guys. Forgive me.
Military capacities were rendered powerless.
I see what you guys are saying. I embarrassed myself because I'm in a bad mood. So I started insulting someone who did not mean what they thought I meant. But you got to admit my insult was pretty good if it had been true, right? Forgive me, the person I humiliated for no reason.
With U.S. law enforcement successfully captured Maduro in the dead of
I know, Plant Sunshine. It's insane. Welcome, Plant Sunshine.
dark. The lights of office were largely turned off due to a certain expertise that we.
Oh my God, you sound okay. I'll turn this around.
Dark.
You guys can hear it. Due to a certain expertise we have. Jesus.
Celia Flores.
It was badass, Malzord. You were good last night.
American justice. Maduro and Flores have been indicted in the Southern District of New York. Jay Clayton.
Totally, Linux.
For their campaign of deadly narco-terrorism against the United States. And it's.
By the way, what question? Okay, honest question. I 1 second. Honest question. Would someone explain to me? Now, I used to teach English. What is narco-terrorism? What is narco-terrorism? Is it like drug dealing? Because it seems to me that the word then would be, you know, drug dealing or illegal narcotics or something like that. Adding the terrorism thing kind of makes it sound like you're trying to, you're adding a political thing there to make it justified to do things. Yeah, it could be drug trafficking, right? So I've always loved the phrase narco-terrorism as if, okay, just a an interesting thing. Yeah, it's that addendum of the word terrorism kind of seems like it's done on purpose. Okay? Yeah, right, Jelly Donut. Guys, Trump doesn't care about drug trafficking. You all know this war is not about drugs, right? It is about 3 things. 1, oil. 2, rare earth minerals. 3, imperialism. America views South America as part of its imperial domain. It always has. It always has. All right? It always has. I mean, if you look at something called the Monroe Doctrine, look it up. Look it up. Look up the Monroe Doctrine. Okay? It is about that. All right? It is about imperial control. Venezuela is disobedient to the regime, disobedient to the empire. And as a matter of fact, Trump openly said he wants a Venezuelan oil. All right. So, all right. Malzord, you say, I think he's implying it's chemical warfare with the intent. Yeah, he is, Malzord, but like they're constantly using the word narco-terrorism is very 1984, okay, if you know what I mean. They pardoned that former Yep, totally he did. RLBIV, who I insulted for no reason. You're correct, okay? All right. Yeah, he literally did, Jelly Donut. He said it was about oil pretty openly. Okay, guys. So let's keep watching some of this presser. Please join my channel if you haven't already. Normally, I don't stream from my phone. I actually have a computer and stuff. Alas, the computer broke down yesterday, so okay. Of course, Meowzord.
Breathtaking speed, power, precision, and competence. You rarely see anything like it. You've seen some raids in this country that didn't go so well. They were an embarrassment. If you look back to Afghanistan, or if you look back to the Jimmy Carter days, they were different days. We're a respected country again, like maybe like never.
Are we? Are we, Trump?
Highly trained warriors operating in
How respected are we, folks? How respected are we?
collaboration with U.S. law enforcement.
Hello, Dolly Boy.
Put them in a very ready position. They were waiting
Guys,
for us.
by the way, the mods right now are champions. You're all champions. Yes, you do, Antifa. You get to see my horrible setup here. Look at this. Look at this mess. I literally, look at this. I'm literally, my laptop, which is, or this isn't my laptop. This is the person's laptop I'm borrowing. My stand for my laptop is broken, so I have to use books to prop it up. That's something you all didn't know. Anyway, we'll continue. I know it's kind of messy in here. I need to clean off this desk, but all right.
They knew we were coming, so they were in a ready, what's called a ready position. But they were completely overwhelmed and
Thank you, Global. Yes.
incapacitated. You would have seen what I
Apparently.
saw last night. You would have been very impressed. I'm not sure that you'll ever get to see it, but it was an incredible thing to see. Not a single American service member was killed, and not a single piece of American equipment was lost.
Fair,
Doug.
Doug.
There's many planes, many people involved in that fight. But think of that, not one piece of military equipment was lost, not one.
Oh, absolutely, guys. Thank you. I can tell that it's always fun to watch the chat because you can tell people who are educated and know what they're talking about, and then you can tell all the lunatics. But anyway, yes, he sounds like Putin, right? He sounds like Putin.
Service member was more importantly killed. The United States military is the strongest and most fearsome military on the planet by far. With capabilities and skills our enemies can scarcely.
Oh, you should, Meowzord. This basically is Barnum and Bailey.
Anywhere in the world. There's no equipment like what we have, and you see that even if you just look at the
Thank you for whoever just sent, I believe it was a super chat. Thank you very much.
drugs coming in by sea. 90%. Each boat kills 25, on average, 25,000 people.
Putin doesn't speak English. That's true.
And those drugs mostly come from a place called Venezuela.
A place called Venezuela. You know, it's almost like he learned what Venezuela was this morning, right?
Time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. So we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in, and we have.
Can you guys not hear it? Here.
We had for the last long
Is this better?
years. So we are going to run the country.
Oh, good. Good. That'll work out well.
Proper and judicious transition, and it has to be judicious because that's what we're all about. We want peace, liberty, and justice for the
Thank you, guys.
people of Venezuela, and that includes many from Venezuela that are now living in the United States and want to go back to their country. It's their homeland.
Right, Dolly Boy.
You can't take a chance that somebody else takes over Venezuela that doesn't have the good of the Venezuelan.
That can't, first of all, I'll get back into this, folks. I'm going to quickly pull out a mic so that you guys can at least hear what the hell he's saying. Oh, regardless, who here finds it funny that he's saying we're taking over Venezuela for the sake of the Venezuelan people? Because who knows, someone might take over it that... we don't have their best interests in mind. Am I crazy? I don't think so. I don't think I'm crazy about that. Let me see if I can fix this real fast. All right, guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me or no? Just want to make sure you guys can hear me. I know I briefly may have disappeared. Hear me? Can you hear me? You can? Okay, good. So it's fixed. Excellent. So let me quickly, this will make it easier for you all to hear me. I have a nice little mic set up here. Okay, we'll do this. I'll put this one over here. And then this one I will hold, and then hopefully that'll help. Does this sound better?
People in mind. decades of that. We're not going to let that happen. We're there now, and what people don't understand, but they understand as I say this, we're there now, but we're going to stay until such time as the proper transition can take place. So we're going to stay until such time.
Does that sound better, folks?
Essentially, until
Muted?
such time as
Muted, you say?
proper transition can take place. As everyone knows, the oil business in Venezuela has been a bust, a total bust, for a long period
All
of
right.
time.
I got you, Alvin.
Almost nothing by comparison to what they could have been pumping and what could have taken place.
Is it?
We're going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world,
Oops.
go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken.
Well, he's just saying it, isn't he? He's just saying it.
And start making money for the country. And we are ready to stage a second and much larger attack if we need to do so. So we were prepared to do a second wave if we needed to do so. We actually assumed that a second wave would be necessary, but now it's probably not. The first
Jesus.
wave, if you'd like to call it that, the first attack was so successful, we probably don't have to do a second, but we're prepared to do a second wave, a much bigger wave, actually. This was pinpoint.
Am I muted, folks? Can you? Oh, wait, I'm still here, folks. I'm just not talking much. I do hope you can hear me. So, yeah, I'm not muted. I'm just not talking.
Country that everybody wants to be involved with because of what we were able to do and accomplish. Will make the people of Venezuela rich, independent, and safe.
But guys, I'm going to ask. I'll look for Alvin or London or someone else. Can you hear Trump pretty well?
Extremely happy. They suffered. So much was taken from them. They're not going to suffer anymore. The illegitimate dictator Maduro was the kingpin of a vast criminal network responsible for trafficking
Somewhat, decently, not well.
And illicit drugs into the United States. As alleged in the indictment, he personally oversaw the vicious cartel known as Cartel de las Solas, which flooded our nation with lethal poison, responsible for the deaths of countless Americans, many, many Americans, hundreds and thousands over the years.
Let me see what I can do, folks.
Maduro and his wife will soon face the full might of American justice and stand trial on American soil. Right now, they're on a ship that'll be heading to ultimately New York, and then a decision will be made, I assume, between New York and Miami or Florida. But we have people where the overwhelming evidence of their crime.
Maybe this will help a bit.
Presented in a court of law.
You know what I'll do? I'll increase the gain.
I've seen what we have. It's both horrible and breathtaking that something like this could have been allowed to take place. For many years after his term as president of Venezuela expired, Maduro not only our people, but the stability of the entire region. You all saw it. In addition to trafficking gigantic amounts of illegal drugs that inflicted untold suffering and human destruction.
All right. Hopefully that helped a little bit.
Country, all over, in particular the United States. Maduro sent savage and murderous gangs, including the bloodthirsty prison gang, Tren de Aragua, to terrorize American communities nationwide, and he did indeed. Over in Colorado, they took over apartment complexes. They cut the fingers off people if they call police. They were brutal. They're not so brutal now.
All right, you guys.
I just have to.
Hopefully, can you hear me better now, I hope? All right. Thank you. He's just, I can't, we don't need to see his face, I guess, but. Does it? Thank you, guys. All right.
Anywhere in the world, frankly. And now we have no crime in Washington, D.C. We haven't had a killing. We had
Totally. So.
Attack a few weeks ago. A little bit of a different kind of a threat. But we haven't had a killing in a long
Thank you,
period of
Nin.
time.
Welcome, hello, Ninjester. Glad to see you here again.
On average, 2 a week.
Guys, I just love reading the chat. It's so fun.
We don't have that anymore. The restaurant
Has anyone ever read One Flew Over a Cuckoo's Nest? That's what the chat reminds me of sometimes.
children, their wives, that walk to
Although that's a bit mean to the people from Flew Over a Cuckoo's Nest. All right.
I want to thank the National Guard. I want to thank our military, and I want to thank law enforcement. It's been amazing, and they should do it with more cities. We're doing it. As you
Yeah.
know. We're doing it in Memphis, Tennessee, right now, and crime is down.
Yeah, remember he's withdrawing the troops from cities because of the Supreme Court.
And the governor of Louisiana called, great person, and he wanted us to help him, as you know. And
Yeah, Sir Bartholomew.
very nice part of,
Excellent, London.
and we have done that. It was a rough section, and we have crime down. I understand it's down to almost nothing already after 2.5 weeks. New Orleans, it's down to almost nothing, and we've only been there for 2.5 weeks. Can't imagine why governments
Yeah.
wouldn't want us to help. We also helped, as you know, in Chicago.
Oh, of course, London, you should.
Down a little bit there. We did a very small help because we had no
Meowzord, I love it.
we had no working ability with the government.
Yeah, guys, the mods are doing great. Thank you.
Disaster, but it knocked down crime. But we're pulling out of there when they need us. We'll know. You'll know.
Look at Pete Hegseth standing there, all
Likewise, Los Angeles, where we
dumb.
saved Los Angeles early on.
Okay, here we go. Now he's just going on one of his rambles.
Department made a statement that if the
All right, look at the sausage fest, right, Doug?
Los Angeles. That's long after the fires. That's when they had the riots in Los
Dude, it's not gay if you close your eyes, right? I feel like that's what they said anyway.
But we'll be pulling out.
Yeah, they all stand identically.
We'll go back if we have to. We'll go back. But we did a great job. And
He does happy melt so much. He does look like a cuck.
the place that we're very proud of is Washington, D.C., because it's our nation's capital. We took it from being a crime-ridden mess to being one of the safest cities in the country.
It went on for over an hour. Okay, we might not watch the whole thing.
They said raped, tortured, and murdered American women and children. They were in all of the cities I mentioned. Trinidad,
There's also lots of
sent by
well,
Maduro to terrorize our people. And
did he goddammit making? Okay, we may not watch the whole thing then.
to threaten an American citizen or anybody from Venezuela. There will no longer be threats. For years, I've highlighted the stories of those innocent Americans whose lives
For the folks that are,
were so
forgive me for talking over the mango Mussolini. I'm sure you all don't really mind that much. Someone just asked, what is the definition of fascism? Now, I'm sure it is a
from Houston, beautiful Justin,
troll, but
and Gary, whatever.
everyone in my community, I would hope by now, knows what fascism is. There are multiple definitions. We could debate. We could talk about it for hours or days. But absolutely, Trump meets most of those definitions, if not all of them.
And left her dead under the bridge. It was a bridge that will never be the same to so many people after seeing what happened. As I've said many times, the Maduro regime emptied out their prisons
Okay.
to steal American lives. And they came from mental institutions and insane asylums. They came from
Happy melt, love it.
jails. The reason I say both, they sound similar. Actually, prisons, a little bit more.
Yeah, I know, right, Meowzord?
A mental institution isn't as tough as an insane asylum, but we got
What the hell does that mean? By the way, I am convinced Trump thinks that asylum seekers are literally people who have escaped from an asylum because he is a moron. He is one of the dumbest people I've ever seen. Like, literally, one of the dumbest presidents we've ever had. You remember how he declared that he was a very stable genius? Hilarious.
American oil, American assets, and American platforms, costing us billions and billions of dollars. They did this a while ago, but we
Yeah, one of the dumbest, worst people alive. It's really quite funny.
all of our property was our property. We built it, and we never had a president that decided to do anything about it. Instead, they fought wars that were 10,000 miles away. We built Venezuela. oil industry with American talent, drive, and
Yep, it is. So someone mentioned the Monroe. By the way, hilarious here, Goldie Eyes Gods. It's about the Monroe document. That is not what it is called. It is the Monroe Doctrine, not the Monroe document. And you're right. This is largely about the Monroe Doctrine, which basically states that South America and North America are within America's imperial domain. And so we have to conquer the we have to overthrow the Venezuelan government to ensure they stay obedient to us, and we need to exploit their resources.
back into and out of our own hemisphere. That's what they did.
Yeah.
Furthermore, under the now deposed dictator Maduro, Venezuela was increasingly hosting foreign adversaries in our region and acquiring menacing offensive weapons that could threaten international lives. And they used those weapons last night. They used those weapons last night. Potentially.
Linda, I'm pretty sure that is the correct thing for why he talks about asylum so much.
And not anymore.
They are so mad.
All the way back, it dated to the Monroe Doctrines. And the Monroe Doctrine is a big deal. But we've superseded it by a lot. By a real lot.
Guys, one of the reasons I like... Forgive me that I'm kind of not listening too much to Trump. Is he literally talking about the Monroe Doctrine as we speak? That's hilarious.
Security strategy, American dominance in the Western Hemisphere will never be questioned again.
Oh, okay, guys, he's literally just saying it. It's imperialism. It is imperialism.
Administrations have neglected or even contributed to these growing security threats in the Western Hemisphere. Under the Trump administration, we are reasserting American power in a very powerful...
Oh my god, guys, I'm actually surprised that he openly said it. I mean, I'm not that surprised, but he just said it, okay? He's just saying it.
My first term, we had great dominance in my first term, and we have far greater dominance right now. Everyone's coming...
Far greater dominance? Hilarious.
Determined by the ability to protect commerce, territory, and resources that are core to national security. These are core to our national security. Just like tariffs are, they made our country...
Michael, that's a fair question. It evolved over time to mean control over Latin America. And I will also say, the Monroe Doctrine evolved over time. In the beginning, it was about keeping out other European powers. Over time, we added things to it, like the Roosevelt Corollary and other things, and it has evolved into meaning imperial control, essentially, over the North and South the North and South America.
Other presidents may have lacked the courage or whatever to defend America, but I will never allow terrorists and criminals...
Yep, America, true.
...with impunity against the United States.
Yep.
This extremely successful operation should serve as warning to anyone who would threaten American sovereignty or endanger...
Yep, this orange dumbass, guys.
Very importantly, the embargo on all Venezuelan oil remains in full effect.
Yeah, there are a lot. Totally, Macon. For those that are watching, you know, last night we launched an illegal war of aggression against Venezuela. We kidnapped their leader and I think they brought him to the U.S. There's images of Maduro.
All political and military figures and...
Yep, just mask off, Dolly Boy.
What happened to Maduro can happen
They
to
totally
them.
Winterland, eh?
It will happen to them if they aren't just fair.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the speech that Hitler gave after the invasion of Poland.
Maduro is finally gone in Venezuela. People are free. They're free again. It's been a long time for them, but they're free. America is a safer nation. This morning, it's a prouder nation this morning because it didn't allow...
Yeah, Ninjestra. I'm not going to address the people. I literally was in grad school and I studied fascism. I know exactly what fascism is, but I'm not going to play this game with people in chat because no matter how I define fascism for them, they're going to still say Trump isn't a fascist because they're in a cult. So it's kind of funny for me to even try. But if you guys are curious, you can go to my YouTube page and there's a video, one of my early videos, where I literally talk about the definition of fascism.
But this guy is fantastic. I watched last night one of the most precise attacks on sovereignty. I mean, it was an attack for justice. And I'm very proud of him, and I'm very proud of our Secretary of War.
I know, neither am I. Yeah, guys, by the way, massive violations of international law and massive violations of American law, because only Congress can declare war.
And the American people deserve. And as the president said, words can barely capture the bravery and the power and the precision of this historic operation. A massive joint military and law enforcement raid flawlessly executed by the greatest Americans our country has to offer. American warriors are second to none, the best in the world and the best of our country. What all of us witnessed last night was sheer guts.
Oh, this is so gross. I hope he wears a condom while doing this. This is really... He and Trump should get a room.
I'm simply humbled by such man, and I tip my hat to our chairman, Dan Kane, and all those Americans who stood watch last night. Our warriors are the elite of America, and again, President Trump has your back. No other country on planet Earth, and it's not even close.
Does he? Does he have our back, folks?
And no other president has ever shown this kind of
Hey, Drizella, isn't it great?
courage and resolve.
Thank you, Jalo the Goat, for the super chat here. The Gov is not your friend. Maybe JFK, but we've seen what happened to him for trying to tell Americans the truth. Yeah, absolutely.
Anywhere, anytime. The coordination, the stealth, the lethality, the precision, the very long arm of American justice, all on full display in the middle of the night. Nicolas Maduro had his chance, just like Iran had their chance, until they didn't and until he didn't. He effed around, and he found out. President Trump is deadly serious about stopping...
Oh my god, Dungeons Cuba needs to watch. Yeah, that's great.
Deadly
Horrific.
serious about stopping the flow of drugs and poison to our people. Deadly serious about getting back the oil that was stolen from us. And deadly serious about reestablishing American...
Yeah, America is an embarrassment. Thank you, Charles Hendricks. I totally agree.
This is about the safety, security, freedom, and prosperity of the American people. This is America.
Cuba is likely next. It's made remarks about them and signaled its potential regime. Yeah, that's worked the last time we tried to do it in Cuba. We'll see how that goes. Of course, monstrous crimes, massive war crimes. It's illegal.
America is back. I'd like to welcome now our chairman, Kane, to give a few more details about the operation.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning. Last night, on the order of the President of the United States, and in support of a request from the Department of Justice, as the President said, the United States military conducted an apprehension mission in Caracas, Venezuela, to bring to justice
An illegal act, by the way, according to international law and American law.
Known as Operation Absolute Resolve was discreet, precise, and conducted during the darkest hours of January 2nd.
Exactly, Dem Genis, absolutely.
Months of planning and rehearsal, an operation that, frankly, only the United States military could undertake. What I'd like to do this morning is talk you through some of the preparation and the details without compromising any of our tactics.
Yeah, I know, right? Dolly Boy can't wait for Starmer to just stand there and then just kind of not do anything to criticize it at all.
Our interagency work began
Yeah, isn't this great? Right, Taylan, isn't it hilarious? You know, Trump, the president of no new wars. Hilarious.
Decades have honed the skills of our special operations forces. This particular mission required every...
Yeah, Cannon, you're right, and that's against the U.S. Constitution, but we've given the president that power.
Marines and Guardians working in unison with our intelligence agency partners and law enforcement teammates in an unprecedented operation. We leveraged our unmatched intelligence capabilities and our years of experience in hunting terrorists, and we could not have done this mission without the incredible work by various...
Yeah, I agree. Penny Manning, absolutely. He is a despicable human being.
And NGA. We watched, we waited, we prepared, we remained patient and professional.
These guys are absolutely our clowns. They're a bunch of monstrous fascist clowns.
Lessons from decades
Yeah, thank you, Winterlinde. Winterlinde, our community member from Germany. Reading the chat makes me finally see what happened in Germany back then. We never quite understood how and if people were supporting that. Yeah, I know, Winterlinde. I know.
Required the utmost of precision and integration within our joint force. And the word integration does not explain the sheer complexity of such a mission. An extraction so precise it involved more than 150 aircraft launching across.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it appears. So I bet Marco is giving a handy underneath that desk. I'm way behind in the chat, folks. So forgive me. I will go back to the Thank you, London. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to the top of the chat. If I missed your message, forgive me. I need to. Yeah, they're helping CR. That's for sure. They're helping me.
Failure of one component of this well-oiled machine would have endangered the entire mission, and failure is never an option for America's joint force.
Yeah, I know, Doug. She's already saying she's gonna move it to. She's gonna move it to Jerusalem because, of course, Israel has to have its hand on this, as always. I mean, okay, another monster.
After months of work by our intelligence,
Totally, Megadon. This is how world wars broke out.
and understand how he moved, where he lived, where he traveled, what he ate, what he wore, what were his pets. In early December, our force was set pending a series of aligned events. Key was choosing the right day to minimize the potential for civilian harm and maximize.
Thank you, whoever. Thank you, Jala, for the gift. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
The president said they could be brought to justice. And as the president said earlier today, weather in Venezuela is always a factor this time.
Yeah, right, Dolly boy.
And over the weeks through Christmas and New Year's, the men and women of the United States military sat ready, patiently waiting for the right triggers to be met and the president to order us into action. Last night,
Sir Bartholomew, I would love that. You know I would.
That only the most skilled aviators in the world could maneuver through.
Ooh, shake it for a $100 dono. I would gladly shake it. What do you want me to shake?
With the mission, this organization does not quit. At 10:40.
Yeah, President of Venezuela.
Time last night, the president ordered the United States military.
Yep,
forward with this mission. He said to us, and we appreciate
it had nothing to do with war to do oil. What?
And those words were transmitted to the entire joint force. Over the course of the night, aircraft began launching from 20 different bases on land. And
yep, absolutely, Jala the Goat.
Hemisphere. In total, more than 150 aircraft, bombers, fighters, intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, rotary wing were in the air last night. Thousands and thousands of hours of experience were airborne. Our youngest crew member was 20, and our oldest crew member was 29. And there's simply
That's okay, Big Brain. If you guys can't keep it under control forever, that's fine. Thank you for doing the best you can. Yeah, Trump can't even keep his eyes open. Look at that. He's like falling asleep standing there. Hilarious. Look at that.
As they approached Venezuelan shores, the United States began layering different effects.
Oh, God, look at that. Poor little Trump. So old. So just falling asleep. Look at that. Sleepy Trump. Sleepy Donald. Sleepy Don. Yeah, you're right, working bum.
As well as numerous remotely piloted drones. As the force began to approach Caracas, the joint air component began dismantling.
When is the pedo? I know, right? Exactly, the 120.
In Venezuela, employing weapons to ensure the safe passage of the helicopters into the target area. The goal of our air component was, and always will be to protect.
It looks like he is like asleep, doesn't it?
And get them to the target and get them home. As the force
Right, Victoria. Of course, as Noam Chomsky said, unfortunately, Chomsky was in the Epstein files, but he was a realist. It's about power, you know, all those liberal ideas of international relations kind of are ruined when you have superpowers, etc.
compound at 1:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 2:01
Yep, totally, Mr. Kincaid. Corrupt and,
Apprehension force
yep.
descended into Maduro's compound and moved with speed, precision, and discipline towards their objective and isolated the area to ensure the safety and security of the ground force while apprehending the indicted person.
Thank you, Victoria, for becoming a resistor.
Helicopters came under fire, and they replied with that fire with overwhelming force.
Oopsie.
One of
Ooh.
our aircraft was hit but remained flyable, and as the president said earlier today, all of our aircraft came home, and that aircraft remained flyable during the rest of the mission.
He is falling asleep. Look at that.
Unfolded at the compound, our
I guess when you're that old. There he just yawned. Aw, cute little Trump, struggling to stay awake.
navigate the complex environment without unnecessary risk. The force remained
Meowzord, hilarious.
tactical aviation.
I agree. This Trump should be on the front line.
Indicted, gave up,
Right.
into custody by the
Bedtime for little Trumpy bear. Aw, look at that.
U.S. military with
You know, do you think...
and precision.
I suspect he doesn't even need to have, like, sheets on his bed because he's so fat and has so many layers of fat. He probably is kind of like a whale with blubber. Doesn't really even need to have that. Now, folks, nothing wrong with being overweight. You know, I'm just saying, he probably does have these nice rolls he can use.
There were multiple self-defense engagements as the force began to withdraw out of Venezuela. The force successfully exfiltrated and returned to their afloat launch bases, and the force was over the water.
Meowser, what the hell is that? Hilarious. Okay.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, Captain Bone Spurs, right? He does look drunk. I'm sorry, guys, I'm not really listening to what is being said anymore
Aboard the USS Iwo Jima.
because it's a bunch of, you know,
Closing
yep, totally Israeli yeah, okay.
is a powerful demonstration of America's joint force. We think, we develop, we train, we rehearse, we debrief, we rehearse again and again, not to get it right, but to ensure that we cannot get it wrong. Our jobs are to integrate combat power so when the order comes, we can deliver overwhelming force at the time and the place of our choosing against any foe anywhere in the world.
Anywhere, yeah, great.
Immensely proud today of our joint force and
Oops.
filled with gratitude to represent them here today.
Yay, don't we love that? We love going to war with Venezuela. I hate it. I hate it. I'm sure many of you do too. It is a war of aggression. It is illegal. It is illegal.
As we stand here this morning, our forces remain in the region at a high state of readiness.
That's how he looks when he's been a bad boy, so he has someone speak. Yes.
Defend themselves.
Oh, of course, Celestial Reach. He's willing to do anything to avoid the Epstein files.
Is a testament to the dedication and unwavering commitment to justice and our resolve to hold accountable.
Yeah, absolutely, Michael. The No New Wars crowd is awfully quiet.
I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women who executed this mission.
I agree. We do need to impeach Trump. Alas, it won't happen because our politicians are deeply corrupt and don't care about us. Including Trump, by the way. He's probably at the top of the corruption list. The Democrats also very corrupt, but, you know, Trump definitely worse.
Now, other than the following points, Nicolas Maduro was indicted in 2020 in the United States. He is not the legitimate president of Venezuela. That's not just us saying it. The first Trump administration, the Biden
Little Marco, aw.
Trump administration, none of those three recognized him. He's not recognized by the European Union and multiple countries around the world. He is a fugitive of American justice with a $50 million reward, which I guess.
Yeah, exactly, Noel, right? It's not war, it's a special military operation. All right, Putin. Okay. Trump is strong like a bull. Hilarious.
Nicolas Maduro had multiple opportunities to avoid this. He was provided multiple very, very, very generous offers.
You're right, Ninjester.
Act like a wild man, chose instead to play around. And the result is what we saw tonight. The other message here is the following. You have a guy, like many people around the world, they like to play games. You have a guy who decides...
I know, Dolly Boy. I know.
...is going to, do with the confiscation of American oil companies, is going to flood our country with gangs.
Bobblehead Marco, absolutely. Again, folks, they really ought to get a room. This is really gross to watch them do this to each other on live TV. They need to get a room, and I hope they use condoms. All three of them, and,
We have a president, 47
I hope there are not too many. I hope there are not too many
do something good
Well,
thing. He's going to address a problem.
I hope their boots aren't toxic for when they start licking them.
This process now for 14, 15 years, been around it. Everybody talks. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. When I get there, we're going to.
This is what someone just said. This is what a leader looks like. You mean the one who is literally falling asleep as he stands there? Hilarious.
Because this is the way it's going to play out, and I think people need to understand that this is not a president that just talks and does letters and press conferences. And if he says he's serious about something, he means it. And this is something that was a direct threat to the national interest of the United States, and the president addressed it.
Yeah, totally. It was totally a love fest. It was probably pretty gross too. I feel bad for whoever has to clean up the mess they probably made.
And figure out another. He could have been living somewhere else right now, very happy.
Yeah, knee pads for all, right? Might as well.
So now, he's got other sets of
So,
problems on his hands. And but I think
so guys, for those who are joining us, we illegally went to war with Venezuela yesterday and abducted the leader of Venezuela, Maduro. Trump claiming it's about drugs and, crime and stuff. No, it's about control of Venezuela's resources.
it's not going to turn out well.
It is about control of Venezuela's resources, of which they have a lot of oil and rare earth minerals. It's also about imperial control. As I say, the three reasons that we go to war with Venezuela are oil, rare earth minerals, and the Monroe Doctrine, which is basically imperial control over North and South America. You can look up the history of the Monroe Doctrine.
So who's in power right now?
But we're going to be running it with a group, and we're going to make sure it's run properly. We're going to rebuild the oil infrastructure, which will cost billions of dollars. It'll be paid for by the oil companies directly. They will be reimbursed for what they're doing, but it's going to be paid.
Yep, by the way, he openly said this is about maintaining American dominance over the world, which is like almost a Disney villain level thing, right? It's cartoonishly evil. Yeah, he is deeply weak.
Venezuela by this thug are also taken care of.
Mr. President, does the U.S. running the country mean that U.S. troops?
Hey, Mithril.
How will that work?
Well, they always say boots on the ground. Oh, it's so.
Yep. Oh, wow, that doesn't sound fascist at all, Meowzord. I alone can fix this, right?
At a very high level, actually. We're not afraid of it.
Yeah, why do you think I said it, Big Braden? I like taunting. Taunting is fun. And,
This is a very dangerous attack. This is an attack.
Trumpers are very emotional. It's really funny. You say one small thing about him, and then suddenly I get a ton of messages about it. It's hilarious. It's kind of fun. It's like poking a hornet's nest.
The equipment is less important, but we could have lost a lot, and we're going to make sure that this is proper. We're there now. We're ready to go again if we have to. We're going to run the country right. It's going to be run very judiciously, very fairly. It's going to make a lot of money.
Wow, that sounds like the Empire from Star Wars. We're just going to run them for us.
People that were taken advantage of. We're going to take care of everybody. It's very important. We couldn't let them get away with it. They stole our oil.
Yep, it is the cult behavior.
Industry there, and they just took it over like we were nothing, and we had a.
Oh, yeah, he literally does, Mr. GT50. That's what he's doing. He's saying that we're going to run the country for them. Oh, of course, Ninjestra, as always. As a fellow jester, I respect you deeply.
Yes, it's all
Oh, it cost a lot of tax dollars. Of course it did.
talking to people. We're designating various people.
Yeah, guys, you're so right. The longer we do this, the more people in chat
Run Venezuela.
are, actually people who are bright. So I should say people who know what they're talking about. I'm loving it. Yep, Emperor. Hey, Vic Morrison, I'm totally with you there. Emperor, what you just said. That's perfect. Plant Sunshine, I doubt they'll do much because the United States is a global power. It seems unlikely that they'll do much.
Doing better than any country anywhere.
Right, his approval is not going up. It's going down. He has very low approval.
Venezuela has a lot of bad people in there. A lot of bad people that shouldn't be.
Yes, Ice VR, you're not wrong.
Take over.
I want everyone to remember why they need us. Straight out of V for Vendetta.
People, including people in the military. So we're going to have a group of people running it until such time as it can be.
Oh my God, guys.
Track. Make a lot of
This is literally a comment in the chat. President Donald Trump is a God-loving Christian who believes in Jesus. He will be forgiven. Oh, okay. Hey, Dex Stewart, welcome. Yep, Dex Stewart. We abducted Maduro illegally.
Vice President of Venezuela, or how do you foresee the relationship
I
going?
understand she was just sworn in, but she was, as you know, picked by.
Of course he did, Spad. I know. He's been fascist for a while. I just decided to put that in the chat, the title, because it'll bring out all the lunatics out of the woodwork, which I like.
Make Venezuela great again. Very simple.
Yeah, all hail God Emperor Trump, right? Okay.
So, Colombian President Gustavo Petro,
You're right. Yeah, the guys, it is the wealthy, you know, it's the elites. Mr. G, you have a lot of really brilliant things to say. The elites control everything. They're screwing all of us. The Democrats are also deeply corrupt. Maybe we should stop looking towards, the Republicans also deeply corrupt. Trump massively corrupt. He wasn't there to drain the swamp. He is the swamp. Those who voted for him were bamboozled. He used scapegoating by blaming immigrants and trans people for problems caused by the ultra-wealthy. This is classic fascist behavior. It's very obvious he's a fascist, and he is not for the common man.
So it's just simply not the kind of mission you can call people and say, hey, we may do this at some point in the next 15 days. But it's largely a law enforcement.
Yeah, me too, Vic Morrison. Yep, it's illegal, Demir. It's against, he needs congressional approval. But in his defense, I don't think the United States has officially declared war since like 1942 or something. I need to look it up. But that's been a big problem with our presidency, is the ability to just go to war and send troops places without congressional approval.
Congress has a tendency to leak. This would not be good. If they leaked, General, I think it would have been maybe a very different result. But I have to
Jala, 100%. I completely agree. All right. I'm a libertarian socialist, or a liberal socialist, or you could call me a democratic socialist. I don't care. So I agree with you there. Yeah, you can't even spell Christian, right?
What was Maduro doing?
Yeah.
When the U.S. forces entered what I assume would be his home, and also was there at any point?
Boogeyman, I don't know. I don't know. The people of the United States are getting fed up. I suspect people will need to suffer more, unfortunately. Historically speaking, and that's my expertise area, is history. To get people to sort of rise up, you need a lot of suffering. And I know that's really sad to say, but I think a lot of the people are not suffering enough yet. I don't want people to suffer, but a lot of times you need that for there to be radical change.
There was a lot of gunfire. You saw some.
Exactly, Meowsord.
But he was trying to get to a safe place, which wasn't safe because we would have had the door blown up in about 47, I think 47.
Yeah, I know, Burnjabi. I am quite tired, but it's okay.
Regardless of how thick the steel was. It was a very thick door. It was a very heavy door. But
It was a very thick guy. Do you hear that? I'm sorry. I got to go back. What is he saying? It was a very thick door. It was a very heavy door. Oh my God, Donnie.
such time as it can be put back on track, make a lot of money for the people, and give people a great way of life, and also reimbursement for people in our country that were forced out of Venezuela.
Rubio would be.
You said earlier today that you weren't going to back Machado to come back and be the opposition leader in your Fox and Friends interview. And then you also mentioned the vice president of Venezuela. Are you going to work with the vice president of Venezuela, or how do you foresee the relationship
So I
going?
understand she was just sworn in, but she was, as you know, picked by Maduro. So Marco's working on that directly. Just had a conversation with her, and she's essentially willing to do what we think is necessary to make Venezuela great again. Very simple.
Ah ha ha! Great.
Mr. President, Colombian President Gustavo Petro, a couple weeks ago, he said he's got to watch his ass. And today, he said he's not concerned about anything happening to him in the aftermath of this operation. So.
Yeah, the Constitution is deeply problematic. I mean, we need to fix some parts of the Constitution, Vic Morrison.
Yeah, I think I stick by my first statement. He's making cocaine. They're sending it into the United States, so he does have to watch his ass.
Did you notify any members of Congress in advance?
Marco, do you want to talk about that? Because you were involved.
We call members of Congress immediately after. This was not the kind of mission that you could do congressional notification on. It was a trigger-based mission in which conditions had to be met night after night. We watched and monitored that for a number of days. So it's just simply not the kind of mission you could call people and say, hey, we may do this at some point in the next 15 days. But it's largely a law enforcement function. Remember, at the end of the day, at its core, this was an arrest of 2 indicted fugitives of American justice. And the Department of War supported the Department of Justice in that job. Now, there are broader policy implications here.
Oh, it doesn't end well, Jeremy Noble. Bullies, it doesn't end well for bullies. They might dominate for a bit, but,
Congress has a tendency to leak. This would not be good. If they leaked, General, I think it would
If
have
they
been
leak.
a different result. But I have to say at some point, you know, a lot of ships out there, they sort of knew we were coming. But Congress will leak, and we don't want leaks.
Congress will leak. Okay, hilarious.
Able to watch this all play out live. What was
Good question, Jeff. I don't know. I need to look up that.
entered what I assume would be his home? And also, was there any point where the U.S. was considering
Guy, whoever just asked, how would we feel if China did this? Great question. How would we feel if someone did it to the United States? How would the Trumpers in here feel if a foreign country, because most Americans don't like Trump, just like a lot of Venezuelans don't like Maduro, how would we feel if a foreign government came into our country, kidnapped Donald Trump, took him back to their country?
Sort of surprised, but they were waiting for something. There was a lot of opposition. There was a lot of gunfire. You saw some of it today. But he was trying to get to a safe place, which wasn't safe because we would have had the door blown up in about 47 seconds, they say on average, regardless of how thick the steel was. It was a very thick door. It was a very heavy door.
It's a very thick door. It's a very heavy door.
Right into the door, he was unable to close it.
So where is Maduro going to be?
Go ahead, finish.
Where is Maduro going to be in the time being right now? Do you know his exact
Well,
whereabouts?
eventually.
Yeah, thank you, Boogeyman Daman. You know, you have a BA, poli-sci, and former U.S. Marine. Thank you for your service. I lost my patriotism when I realized we were not defending our country but overthrowing. Yep, Boogie, yep. I have a degree in history and anthropology. I went to grad school and studied fascism and systems of social control. You're 100% correct about that, Boogie. Thank you for your comment.
We've had a perfect track record of winning.
Yeah, there are a few left-wing bots in here too, guys. Like there's someone who keeps praising Kamala Harris as if she would have been a good president, or as if Biden was a good president. Not good presidents, folks. I mean, Kamala wouldn't have been a good president. Biden was not a great president. Definitely much better than Trump, but not great.
With Midnight Hammer, you wouldn't have.
Yeah, he just pardoned a drug dealer.
With me, you've had a lot of victory. You've had only victories. You've had no losses yet.
President, can you, how long do you expect the U.S. to run Venezuela?
Okay, guys, I'm going back to the...
So I'd like to do it quickly, but it takes a period of time. You know, we're rebuilding. We have to rebuild their whole infrastructure. The infrastructure is rotted. It's actually very dangerous. It's a, blow-up territory. Oil is very dangerous. It's a very dangerous thing to take out of the ground. It can kill a lot of people.
Yeah, that's true, Mr. King K. I know.
Doing just that. The infrastructure is old. It's rotted. Much of it is stuff that we put there 25 years ago, and we're going to be replacing it. And
I love that. I love the response to my hypothetical about a government taking Trump is people saying, well, that would never happen. Obviously missing the point of a hypothetical.
China, Russia, and Iran have interests in Venezuela. How does this operation affect?
Oh, absolutely, Jeff. Unfortunately, that's how fascism works. The fascists mislead the people by being fake populists. And they distract from the fact that the wealthy and the elites are robbing all of our pockets. Both Democrats and Republicans are deeply corrupt, and Trump was able to feign being for the people and feign being a fake populist. And he was able to fake being anti-establishment, which is what people want. They want change, and so he was able to give that illusion, but he was not that. We need actual change. And it isn't with a billionaire who, if he is still a billionaire, who is deeply corrupt and breaks the law.
Specifically, they have a lot of questions. What is your message to the people of
that
Venezuela?
you're going to have peace, justice. You're going to have some of the riches that you.
That's true, Osama bin Guapo. Yeah, no government would take Trump, though. That's, yeah, I mean, they wouldn't, because who would want him? But anyway.
You're going to have a country. You're going to have a real country. You're going to have potentially a great country. You know, if you go back 20 years, maybe even a little longer ago, that was a great country, and they destroyed it. Remember, I said that if we lose this election, the United States will be Venezuela on steroids. That's what would have happened. Had we lost the election, 2024 election, we suffered so badly when you look at the border.
By the way, folks, I'm going to do a little bit of self-promotion here. Please join the channel. Unfortunately, I normally stream on a computer. Literally, my computer shut down and stopped working last night while I was live streaming about the Venezuela. You can join my channel, Casual Revolt. We stream every day except for Wednesdays and Sundays. I'm also on Twitch. We do politics, history, and casual chat. Check out my channel.
They're going to be a team that's working with the people of Venezuela to make sure that we have Venezuela right. Because is for us to just
I agree, Juggernauto. Thank you for that comment. I agree.
take over. You have a vice president who's been appointed by Maduro.
Love you too, Doug. Love you too.
She's, I guess, the president. She was sworn in as president just a little while ago. She had a long conversation with Marco, and she said,
Again, I love people saying I'm a Democrat. For my regulars, you all know that that's a hilarious statement. All right.
she really doesn't have a choice. We're going to have this done right. We're not going to just do this with Maduro, then leave like everybody else, leave and say, you know, let it go to hell. If we just left,
Mithril, yeah, that's funny.
run it properly, we'll run it professionally, we'll have the greatest oil companies.
Wow, Nova Zero, that's not cult behavior at all. Someone said in chat that they're a Republican and they don't like Trump, and immediately a Trumper comes out and says, well, then you're not a real Republican. Wow, that's not cult behavior at all.
The people that got thrown out of Venezuela that are now in the United States, and frankly, some want to stay.
Yeah.
Probably want to go back. Yeah. Well, right now they're very.
Yeah, exactly, grifted Gaz. Yeah, pardons drug dealers and covers for PDFs, but now he's great. Yeah, of course.
Are you concerned that bad elements of the Maduro regime will remain in place?
Well, we know who they are. We're on them, and they're acting much differently now than they would have acted 2 days ago. Okay, wait behind you, please.
Yeah, technically, I agree with that partially, Jared. Trump is a reactionary. Now, that could be conservative. It depends on how you define conservatism, but he is a reactionary.
We want to surround ourselves with energy. We have tremendous energy in that country. It's very important that we protect it. We need that for ourselves. We need that for the world, and we want to make sure we can protect it. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Is there a message here for Cuba just come out?
Well, Cuba's an interesting case.
Michael, Not Compete just 2 days ago made a video on how and why Trump is able to implement fascism. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a fascist. Every definition I know of, he fits it. There are multiple possible definitions. Political scientists, historians debate it. But everyone I know is, in fact, does show that he is a Winterlinde. Jeff, are you saying that Trumpists are extremists?
People that were forced out of Cuba and living in this country. Do you want to say something about that, Marco, please?
Well, I mean, I just gave you
Yeah, Ninjester, you're right. Pardoned 2 drug dealers in the last month, including a former president.
You know, Cuba is a disaster. It's run by incompetent, senile men, and in some cases, not senile but incompetent nonetheless. It has no economy. It's in total collapse. And by the way, you know, they were, you know, all of the guards that helped protect Maduro. This is well known. Their whole spy agency, all that were full of Cubans. I mean, they basically, it's amazing. This poor island took over Venezuela in some cases. One of the biggest problems that Venezuelans have is they have to declare independence from Cuba. They tried to basically colonize it from a security standpoint. So, yeah, look, I lived in Havana.
Yeah, hello, Skittish. Well, Skittish Kitten, welcome back. Haven't seen you for a while.
Well, the president already announced a week ago that anything that's sanctioned oil, it's not going to be allowed to get there. So that's an
The answer is yes.
Trittler, hilarious. Oh no, I'm sorry, Skittish Kitten. I hope you're doing better.
Mr. President, on Monday,
I think it would be very tough for her to be the leader. She doesn't have the support within or the respect.
Yep, absolutely, Michael. That's what happens with fascism. As capitalist societies start to collapse, fascism preys on the, the frustration of people and uses scapegoating to distract them from the failings of the elites, such as the wealthy. Trump is great at doing this. He claims to be against the establishment. He is part of the establishment. He claims to want to drain the swamp. He is part of the swamp, etc. And then, of course, distracts everyone by claiming that all the problems with the country are due to trans people, migrants, etc., Democrats, whatever, even though, it's the wealthy and the powerful who are looting all of us and making our lives miserable. So...
A lot of money is coming out of the ground. We're going to get reimbursed for all of that. We're going to get reimbursed for everything that we spent. So it's going to be...
Oh, Skittish Kitten, it's because this is a phone stream because my computer broke down last night, so I'm doing it on my phone. A lot of times we get a lot more trolls and stuff during phone streams.
Very important. We have to have energy.
I know, Gifted Gaza definitely will. It'll hurt. It'll definitely hurt the MAGA brains. I know.
So what's going
Exactly, Mr. King K. They're worried about the wrong 1%.
year Venezuela will be the biggest beneficiary.
Military. Mr. President, thank you. What did your last speak to Maduro about when you spoke? And is the
Well, I don't want to get into the conversations, but I did have conversations with him, and I said,
Yep, totally, Lance. I agree. Lancelot, Linkster, 100%.
he was pretty close to doing so, but now he wished he did, yeah.
Mr. President, can you explain? You said that Maduro is responsible for drug trafficking. You recently pardoned the former president of Honduras.
There we go. That's a good question from a journalist.
How these two situations are different. And would you ever pardon Maduro?
I endorsed, as you know,
I will. Okay, Victoria, I'll do it. I am horrific, okay?
the man who won in Chile. I endorsed the man who won in Argentina, and we are doing very well with that whole group. What the man that I pardoned was, if you could equate it to us.
Exactly, Xi Jinping. Yeah, Xi Jinping, excuse me. F Trump, I totally agree.
That didn't work out too well for them. This week,
Yeah, no, of course, guys, if you're an average American, you're not going to see any benefit out of this, right? You do know that, right? The people who are going to benefit from this are the oil companies, the tech bros, and, we're not going to benefit from this. Or at least if we do, it'll be very, very little. It'll do much more damage than it will do positives. This is about imperialism, American domination of South and North America under the Monroe Doctrine, and it's about oil and rare earth minerals. Venezuela's vice president is demanding that the U.S. free Maduro. Yeah, we're probably going to end up seeing a guerrilla war here of some sort.
Mr. President, you referenced boots on the ground earlier. Can you just sort of button this up? Do you envision the U.S. military
What did he say, Mithra? What was Starmer's response?
as the U.S. runs that
well,
country?
no, we're going to have presence in Venezuela as it pertains to oil, because we have to have. We're sending our experts.
Look, he's literally saying it. He's like, we want the oil. We're going to take the oil. Okay, good. Great.
You know, we're going to be taking out a tremendous amount of wealth out of the ground, and that wealth is going to the people of Venezuela and people from outside of Venezuela that used to be in Venezuela. And
I know. True. Yep, it is, guys. I told you, it's all oil and rare earth minerals. I know you're not going to, some of you won't believe me, but yeah, he just said this quiet part out loud.
Yes, you were so nice before. I'm going to give you the final question. Go ahead. Unless it's a bad question.
Of course they are, Osama. Well, they're also trying to enrich themselves. I don't think we'll see many of the. We're not going to see much of that oil money go to pay down the American debt. It's mainly about his friends and him making a ton of money. Well, maybe not him specifically, but the tech bros and the oil companies who donated to his campaign getting rich.
It's killing too many people.
There was that
I
intelligence.
thought that would be so. I settled 8 1/4 war. You know what the 1/4 was? Thailand, Cambodia.
Oh, of course he did. Yeah, a non-answer. Yay, God love that, Mithril. He said Mexico is next. Great, I love that. Wow, don't you love having a fascist president who just attacks a bunch of other countries?
Settled the war, but then they broke out. They had a pretty bad breakout over the last 4 days. I got them to go back to peace. So I only give 1/4. I thought the easiest one would be.
Yeah, the goons are all hive-minding.
Ones would be Russia, Ukraine. It's not, and they both have done some pretty bad things. And
What is he talking about?
Biden's war, that's not my war, but I want to stop the lives. Did you see where last month 30,000? This last it was 27.
Yeah, absolutely, Michael. And I already knew. I even said on one of my live streams, it's weird how public she's suddenly become. Machado has, and how she's almost like she's debuting herself, like she's expecting to be put into power soon. And I suspect that's what'll happen. The United States will probably try to get her in as a puppet government over Venezuela.
Now they pay fine. And we send them a lot of munitions, we send them a lot of things, missiles and various other things, a lot. And they pay.
There you go, Savage. I love that. That's a great comment.
We're probably making money on that. It's the last thing I care about. I just want to stop all those people. We're losing 25.
Yeah, Dementia Diaper Dawn. Yeah, there you go, Phil. Totally. Chevron is going to be the new president of Venezuela.
Can stop because it's so
He can't, Mr. King K, he can't stop speaking because, it's almost like a compulsion at this point.
But if I can stop that war and stop 30,000 young people, in addition to the fact that people are being killed in Kiev, people are being killed in other cities, a much smaller number, but they're being killed, viciously killed. So I'm not happy about it. I thought that would be something that would get solved.
I guess so, Meowzord. I guess so.
We're making progress, but that's a war that should have never happened. If I were president, it would have never happened. Putin says it, everybody says it. If I were president, that would have never happened. But I inherited that war. That was.
I inherited that war once again, going back to. He's always complaining about Biden, even though he's the current president. Trump is the current president.
Last night that was so precise, that was so brilliant. I mean, it was incredible. If we had our people, like this general, and our people involved, that war would not have gone on very long. That I can tell you. That war, to use an old term.
Agreed, Ice. We need new.
Bloodbath, and we wanted to get something. Thank you very much.
Oh, absolutely, Osama. I literally, talked about that on stream. I said we're going to be attacking Venezuela at some point because they nationalized their oil, and we can't have that because we don't want them to control their own resources. And Big Brain, I don't think a lot of people seem to not know that. Okay, the conference is over. Seem to not know that Biden isn't president anymore. Yeah, they are. Okay. Oil and rare earths. Yep, totally. All right, you guys. Yeah, Meowsword, you're right. Meowsword predicted that it would happen on Christmas. I didn't really give a time frame. Meowsword was very close, though, to being correct on the exact time frame. Okay. All right, guys. So that's the end of the Trump press conference. God help us all. So yeah, there's silver, there's gold, bunch of things. Yep, it's very possible. Hey, Hiyori, welcome, Hiyori. Okay, a lot of accounts with suffixes like M. Yeah, I know, Jigalag. By the way, love that if that's an Oblivion reference. He may have, Dolly Boy. He may have wanted to do it on. He may have wanted to do it on Christmas. No, I studied fascism, not fashion. Tim Rose. All right. Yeah, he said it on a Fox interview as well. So guys, if you like what you see here, please join my channel. I live stream every day except for Sundays and Wednesdays. I normally have a better stream. Alas, my computer broke down last night, so I'm just streaming from my phone. James Kleiner, I am in fact gay. I want you all to know that. So for the folks in chat saying homosexual or gay, I mean, is the sky blue? Is the grass green? Yeah, I'm gay. You can call me what I am as much as you want. I love being gay. I love men. Gay men are the best. All right? I don't give a shit. You can be homophobic as much as you want. I really don't care. All right. So, yeah, it is. It's really bad. It's hard to tell between the Trump bots and the Trump supporters. It really is. Okay? Thank you, Mr. KK. Yeah, I know, guy, and that's wow. All the people in here that are watching a gay streamer. That's kind of gay. Ugh. All these gay guys in here who are watching me and raging at me. Sounds kind of gay. You're watching a gay streamer, okay? All right. I know it's. I really don't care. Yeah, no, guy, really, guy, don't defend me. I don't need it. I don't care. I just think it's funny. All right. Oh my God. Okay, you know what is funny though? Some of them are getting defensive about me calling them gay, which really makes me think they actually are gay. But anyway, okay. Hello. All right, you guys. Okay, guys. Thank you, Skittish Kitten. So. All right, you guys. Thank you, Ninjestra. Being gay is kind of gay, bro. Exactly, Ninjestra. 6 degrees of gay. It's very gay of them, right? I love it. All right. Yeah, it was sort of hilarious. No, Ice. I am not a libertarian. I am a socialist. There is a kind of socialist called a libertarian socialist. It has nothing to do with right-wing libertarianism. It is a socialist who believes in individual liberty. It does not have to do with being a right-winger at all. Another way of phrasing it, you could call me a liberal socialist or you could call me a democratic socialist, okay? You're right, Jigalag. All the straight dudes in this chat probably got Grinder, almost certainly. Okay. By the way, don't I love all the straight folks out there. I hope you know I'm just trying to upset the people who are being homophobic, because if there's one thing that homophobic people don't like, it is when you say that they are gay. Then they freak out, which I think is very revealing. Oop, I need to pause this. Okay. Yeah, well, I know, Jigalag. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I know. Hey, you're right, Hayori. Thank you very much, guys. Of course, they're all hiding their Grindr profile. There's a reason, by the way, folks, why whenever the Republican National Convention comes to town, the Grindr servers crash. And I'll let you think about what I mean by that. Yeah, we probably will. We're already talking about Iran, and Israel really wants us to attack Iran, and Netanyahu has been demanding we attack Iran again forever. So I suspect we'll attack Iran again. I don't know. I don't think we'll put troops on the ground in Iran, but Yeah, they made me gay married, right, Philly? Okay. Yeah, he did, Scottish kitten. He did. Okay, Scottish kitten. Yeah. You're not Dolly Boy. Forgive me. I didn't mean to call you Scottish kitten. Though now I might start calling Dolly Boy Scottish kitten. Hello, Scottish kitten. Okay. Oh my God, Dolly Boy. I'm so sorry. You're right. They could be bi as well, Dolly Boy. Forgive me. They could also be bi. Yes, I know you guys. Why isn't Israel a state? Israel is a state. All right, bye-bye, Ice. You were a Scottish skittish kitten? I didn't know that. Hello. No, thank you, Dolly Boy. Yes, meow to you. Yeah, guys, I know. All right, you guys. So, oh, no, exactly, Demir. I want to point out, for all the straight folks in here, I love straight folks. Obviously. Okay, duh. Okay, I want to be able to live if I didn't. Nothing wrong with being straight. I'm just trying, for all the allies out there, which is most of you, all the straight people out there that don't care about people being gay, because, who gives a shit, right? Who cares if you're straight, gay, bi, whatever it may be? I want you to know, I hope you know I'm not trying to insult you. I hope you get my point here. I am. You're bi too, Skittish Kitten? Amazing. Hello, Skittish Kitten. He's very unhappy, Hiyori. My dad's very unhappy. All right. All right, you guys. So, again, Trump has attacked Venezuela. We abducted Maduro. And in an act of aggression, the government of Venezuela is not going to take this hands down. The vice president is already calling for proof of life for Maduro. This was done not because we care about the Venezuelans. There are a lot of Venezuelans who do not like Maduro. That does not mean it was a good idea for us to do this. And the reason we did it was because of resources. So there's 3 reasons we did it. That would be the oil, Venezuelan rare earth minerals, and imperialism, the Monroe Doctrine, which basically says that South and North America are in America's sphere of influence. And we don't like being defied by countries in that sphere of influence, including Venezuela. And Trump actually openly said during the press conference, this is about securing American power and dominance in the region. Okay, I got you, Demir. Dolly Boy, I just don't like bi people. That's my only. I'm just joking. You know I'm an asshole, Dolly Boy. I'll remember bi people once in a while. Eventually. Yeah, there you go, Big Braden. Although, Big Braden, I would slightly alter that and say it's oil, rare earths, and imperialism, but I got what you mean. Yeah, absolutely, Philly. And we know Trump has also said he wants to annex Greenland, which has tons of rare earths minerals, and also gives us access to natural gas and other fossil fuels up in the Arctic. Ukraine has a bunch of rare earth minerals, and Trump demanded mining rights from Ukraine as a part of the reason we would keep supplying them weapons. I mean, it's all about rare earths, and some of his biggest campaign donors were big corporate execs who work for companies that require rare earths to manufacture the products they want. It is a conquest. It is a conquest. All right. Yeah, pretty true. Trump's going to be a rare There exactly, Jigalag. Aside from blaming the Maine on Spain to take Puerto Rico, yeah. And guys, you guys should join my live stream. I'm telling you, I'm not just trying to do self promotion. I'm doing a little bit of self promotion, but I go live every day, and except for Wednesdays and Sundays. So I won't be on tomorrow, but I'll be on Monday. And me and my community, we have sort of a collective. I want to say. I mean, obviously, I'm the streamer and stuff, but we work together on stuff. And me and my community were predicting this would happen months ago, or maybe like 2 months ago. So, like, we saw this coming a while back. There's even a person in here named Meowzord, who's one of our moderators, who predicted that this would happen on Christmas Day. Now, he was off by a few days, but not by many. So please join our community. Live protest at the White House, fantastic. Thank God there's some Americans out there who will prevent us from being completely humiliated, even though we're already there. Ninjester. Does that make them even more gay? Apparently. Apparently, guys. All right. Yay, right, yay, guys. This is fantastic. I love this. All right, you guys. So I am going to... I'm trying to see, what are they charging him with? They're charging him with drug and weapons charges. Okay. I know, right? He is. Exactly. We can make shit sandwiches for everyone. Okay, guys. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get off. I will be back on Monday. I need to get a new computer because mine literally broke down when this happened last night at the worst possible moment. So maybe I will... we do live in a corporatocracy. We live in a Mediterranean diet. I don't mean to be bragging here, folks, but a lot of you don't know me. In grad school, I studied fascism, and then I was doing my PhD on something called the development of systems of social control. So basically, how the wealthy, the elites, the powerful have maintained control in this country ideologically, and various other ways they've done it. So absolutely, we live in a oligarchic system run by corporate entities and the wealthy. Trump is a distraction from all of that. He claims to be against the establishment. He is not against the establishment. Oh God, sorry, Meowzord. You're right. Thank you. I was playing with the mic. Forgive me. Thank you, Meowzord. So we will be okay. Excuse me. So I studied all that crap. So yes, we are in an oligarchy, and Trump distracted us from that, or an attempt to distract us from that. Don't you laugh at me, Victoria. You all know I'm always fidgeting, and since I don't have my jester scepter, I was playing with the mic, though I shouldn't have been, because I'm sure it made it really hard for people to hear. Sorry, I don't have more, but... Oh, thank you, Skittish Kitten. Really, thank you. Thank you very much, Skittish Kitten. Glad to see you back here, Skittish Kitten. I wondered where you went for a while. How dare you, Victoria, for laughing at Malzord. How dare you, okay? But guys, please join our community if you haven't already. If you go to my page, you should be able to find a link to our Discord page. And if not, I am not aware of the... Well, we'll just come to a different stream if you can't find it, because there should be one somewhere. Sometimes they don't work, but we have a really fast-growing Discord community. And if you join the Discord community, you can send me videos to react to on stream and such. Roman... No, there are riots in the UK. You know what? Let me look this up. While we're here, let me look this up. I borrowed someone else's laptop to be able to do this. Because my laptop is no longer working at the moment. All right. Let's see it. Let's take a look. Thank you, Demir. Thank you very much, Demir. Thank you, really. Yeah, this is horrific. My Discord, the name of my Discord is Casual Revolts, Casual Revolts Court. Yes, I'm actually going to be going to Micro Center, Mithril. Great suggestion. Great suggestion. No, I didn't. He got caught flirting with a man, Jigalag. Oh, that's depressing. I denounce him. Thank you, Meowzord. So Meowzord just posted in the chat a link to our Discord. Please, please join our Discord. We have a great community on there. I'm not just saying that. I think you'll all like it a lot. Okay, here, try. So Meowzord just posted a link that should, guys, get you to the Discord. Does that link work? You'll give up trying to tell me what, folks? It's not working. Hey, Meowzer, do you mind posting a different one? For some reason, that one's not working. The one that Meowzer just posted in chat. You guys say it's not working. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me see about these so-called riots going on in the UK. I'm curious. There's a new one. Oh, Dolly Boy, I'm sorry. Just seen a quote from the BBC saying the Venezuelan VP said Maduro is the only president. Yep, and that's what I'm saying. They're not going to take this standing down. And they have a lot of guerrilla forces. Their military is trained for guerrilla warfare. So I am concerned that it'll break into a civil war or an internal conflict. I really doubt that this is going to go the way everyone wants it to. The way that, wanted to. Okay. I'm trying to see. You say there's riots over in the UK. Is that true or is that not true? If there might not be, because I have to verify. Riots UK. Yeah, I don't see anything about it. Maybe there is, but I don't see it. Is that not true? Are there no? Yeah, but Macron is going in the opposite way. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you guys try that other Discord link? Did that one work? I don't know why it's not working for all you. Please try it again. I don't know why our Discord links aren't working. So, all right. See, I guess there is nothing happening in the UK right now. I did hear that there are. Let me look at my computer here. I did hear that there are protesters in DC. Yeah, Maduro's Venezuelan president. Yep. God, this. Telling you. There's probably going to be a civil war or some sort of violent conflict within Venezuela as well. The military may get involved. Yeah, I don't see anything here. Oh, Iran. Okay, yeah, yes, I did hear about the, I did hear about the riots in Iran. By the way, one of the reasons why people are upset with Maduro is because the economic situation in Venezuela is dire. And you know why they have a bad economic situation? Some of it is government mishandling. Most of it is because of sanctions that the West and the United States has put on Venezuela to make it very hard for them to survive, which has made it hard for the government to function. That is not a complete excuse for some of their government's behavior, but my point is, similar thing in Iran. Sanctions on Iran have led to a dire economic situation, which is what a lot of the protests are about. That's not also to say that Iran's government isn't great, because it isn't. I'm just saying we also need to understand that a lot of this is our fault globally. And we would have no problem allowing either country to have their governments overthrown, all right? Which is imperialist and horrible. Okay. UK protests. Oh, I see. So there's protests in UK about the to help support Iranians. Okay. I got you. There we go, Jester. You're now part of the Discord community. Great job. All right. Absolutely, Demir. Absolutely, we do. And guys, what do you think ends up happening? Do you think, typically when a government is overthrown and a new government is installed, even if the people want that government to be installed, do you know what ends up happening? Either you get a dictatorship, you get civil war, you get a puppet situation where the government is a puppet to a foreign entity. And I'm all for people liberating themselves, but the Machado, who is the opposition leader in Venezuela, has openly said she'd willingly give America access to oil and natural resources in exchange for us taking out Maduro for her. So, although Maduro might be gone, if it comes to pass that she becomes the leader of Venezuela, Venezuela will just become a puppet of the United States. And okay. Yeah. Yeah, just replace him with an orange dictator. Absolutely. Yep, it's going to be a Palantir and Don Jr. drone playground. Absolutely. Oh, she absolutely has, Skittish Kitten. She absolutely has. Definitely worked with the CIA, I'm sure. I told you it was suspicious how in the weeks leading up to what happened, she had been making more and more public statements, about, coming to power and things like that. And I think that she knew that this was coming. Okay? I think she kind of was expecting to be the one that the United States put forward as a puppet, which means the United States may have spoken to her in advance. Now, I don't know that for sure, guys, but I'm just saying. Yeah. Her crap winning the Peace Prize and then give it to... Yes. Where can you find the Discord? God, forgive me for the people... You know what? Here we go. Can I... Big Braden, I know you're going to hate me, Big Braden. Do you mind reposting the Discord link? Guys, if you go up in the chat, Big Braden posted it higher up in the chat if you want to join the Discord. Okay. It's still not working? God damn it. It's not clicking? Oh. Well, I'm not sure what to tell you. It worked for some people. I saw some people added it. It's not working for you there, Skittish Kitten. My apologies. But if you guys don't mind, yeah, forgive me. How about this, guys? Underneath this video, I'm going to post this video to YouTube. I will in the description, I will post the Discord, okay? So look for that video and I will post a Discord link there, okay? You had to screenshot it? That's weird. Okay, does that work, Skittish Kitten? All right, you guys. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go now. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Yeah, please join the Discord if you haven't already. I'll come back on Monday. I'm going to go get a new computer and stuff. Please keep an eye on everything going on. All right? I love you all very much. Thank you all for your contributions, etc. Have a good rest of your day, okay? Have a good rest of your day. Love you all very much. Never stop resisting. I will say one last thing, folks. On the wall behind me is a sword. You can see the sword back there. You see that sword? That sword is called Chainbreaker. Chainbreaker has been passed down in my family for many years. It is thought to have been responsible for the death of 7 slave owners. It is literally a sword from the Civil War, aka it's responsible for the death of 7 slave owners. I have it back there to remind everyone that our ancestors made some major sacrifices for some of the things we have today, some of the rights we have, some of the freedoms we have, some of the gains we've made. Sometimes they even put their lives on the line, and a lot of those gains they made for us are being overturned. We cannot let those sacrifices go to waste. Please, please, please do not let their sacrifices go to waste, and always, 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 always fight for a better future. And on that note, folks, you all have a good rest of your day. Fight fascism wherever you can. I love you all. Bye-bye.